Yo, what is going on, everybody? It is Tristan, and today in this video, what I got going on for you guys, after this, we're going to be heading straight to the post office, but the topic of this video is we're going to be discussing Jordan 4s and what is going on with the Jordan 4 model. I want to discuss a couple things as to why prices are lower on a lot of them. I feel like the first answer is very, very obvious, and we'll get that out the way. But that's the topic for this video, discussing, their pricing, if they're, dying, what we got going on with the Jordan 4s right now, or the Jordan 4s. So let's get into it. If you guys want more content like this, again, feel free to check out my Instagrams, always buying, selling, and trading here. So again, if y'all ever want to do some business with me, feel free. I got a lot of people DM me about trades right now, so I'm getting back to them like as I can. I will see your message eventually. Just hit me up. If I don't see it, just ping me again. And yeah, that's really everything I need to say about that. Don't forget, my group launched on July 1st too. We are not a cook group, we're a sourcing group. That is what we specialize in, is getting you the pairs you want and under resale market prices. So you guys are going to see how that works. A lot of what we got in there, some consignment stuff as well. But that's our main focus, is just under market sneakers, not really like sneaker info and all that. We're not going to be, doing that focus. We're really just going to be getting you the shoes you want at better prices and just sourcing. So feel free to check out on this page if you want to learn about it. We got a Q&A up right here. And you can check out the YouTube memberships down below if you want to become part of the sneaker gang, get access to some of the other stuff we offer right there. All in the pinned comment if you want to check it out. But let's get started. So a couple things I want to mention. This is the Jordan 4 Oxidized Green. They actually only did 77,000 of these on sneakers. But main thing I want to say about this particular sneaker is that they sent way more to retailers. There was a ton of these that hit retail locations like Foot Lockers, like JD Sports. There was so many getting backdoored months before the release. And they also, another point to that is they did these in the EU a couple months before they did them in the US. So that's going to, tank the prices. That's the main reason we have these a little bit lower in price right now. Is those, two reasons in particular. But also, the fact is that these weren't promoted that heavily. Not a lot of people are really looking to them. And, back in, I would say 2021, 2022, we could probably see these doing a bit better. But, this isn't like a colorway that I feel like people would be going insane over. Is it a nice shoe? Yes. I might actually have an individual video kind of discussing these soon. Because I've had a pair or two in hand. And I actually, again, filmed something on it. They're nice, but again, it's just not one that a lot of people are looking for. If you think about everything that was dropping around the time of this sneaker, we had the rumor of the Verdi SBs dropping around here. I think we had the Futura SBs pretty close to this release as well. I think we had the Lightning 17s, could be wrong. But yeah, there was a few drops right around this date that I feel like just kind of clouded this release and not a lot of people are focused on. But it's still good personal, yes. But also, the main reason that, again, these Jordan 4 prices have not been doing as well is because, again, they've been hitting, like, so many of these have started to hit retailers, but also Nike is just producing way more pairs. I'll show you all two examples right now. Military blues, not these ones, I'll talk about that in a second, but the bread reimagines. These two are perfect examples of sneakers that Nike made a lot of pairs of. Now, these are still doing fine. Like, a lot of sizes in the breads are actually still flipping a little bit, mainly the larger sizes, but some of those smaller ones are a little bit cheaper, as you would expect, because there's still buyers for them, but they just make more stock in like a 9, 10, 11. So you're going to see those ones a little bit lower. They didn't make as many as 12, 12 and a half, 13, so those are a bit higher in price, and you can see still doing pretty good. And again, I think these could make some serious progress around back to school. Very, very popular shoe. I know there's going to be some people looking for their second pair, or maybe again, they didn't get their pair in February and they're still looking for it, and they'll be getting it, asking for it right around back to school. I think this will be a really popular one. Maybe I'm tripping, but I think like an all-leather Jordan 4 classic colorway, you can't go wrong with something like this. So I see these aging well, but the main reason that, again, these are lower in price compared to a normal Jordan 4, like, for example, these, think about, again, some of the Jordan 4s we saw back in 2020, 2021, look what they're going for. Now, is this colorway better? Yes, that's one thing I want to say. The reason these go for more is because they are better. But another thing is also, Nike did not make as many of these. They made maybe 80,000, 60,000 of them, and that was amongst sneakers and retailers. If you look at, again, some of these Jordan 4s nowadays, these had what? 500,000 pairs, and that was on sneakers plus retailers. Or it was like 400,000, but these hit global locations, and I've seen some people with thousands of pairs of these. So it's like there was no shortage of stock, right? You didn't see that with the Uni 4s. And with these, again, even more. So why, again, people are looking like, oh, why are these so cheap right now? Bruh, there's a million pairs out there, and the releases, we're almost, we're officially, actually, today's June 28th, so I think we're like month past the release, so not a lot of, or May, June, yeah, so we're a month past the drop, so a lot of people have already gotten their pair. The hype has dropped off a bit, and there's also massive backdoors for them, and also, since, they've dropped so close to retail, a lot of people that are selling them right now to apps, they didn't pay retail price, they paid like 170, 180, maybe 160, like, again, they could have gotten 30% off, or one of these online Shopify sites that dropped them for like 25% off. I've seen that a bit recently with some of these military blues, because, again, they've been selling at retail price, but not as mainly in like 11 plus, they've been selling out at retail. So, because again, those larger sizes will age well. Like, as you can see, 12.5 still doing just fine, like at 240 right now, which is not bad. But again, that's the main reason we're seeing a lot of Jordan 4s lower in price right now, is because again, the demand is not as high for them because, again, Nike has just been producing a lot more of them. So, I mean, people aren't really having to go as much out the way to get them. Still good personal pairs. This is also one of the main things I want to get out the way. I know I'm discussing the resale price in this video, but this doesn't mean these aren't good sneakers. I have the military blues. I actually don't have a pair of the Breads. I just like the military blues more, but I have the military blues. I have... no, I actually don't have these, but I have a lot of 4s in my collection. Some older ones too from like 2020, 2019. Not super old, I guess, but you know what I mean. Like, I have some other models, and I can appreciate the Jordan 4. So, I mean, it's just a good time to go through and get your personals. I'm going to be honest, because these will age well. Like, down the line, Oxidized greens will probably go for some bread. Again, they didn't make, like, a ton of them. I mean, more were sent to retailers, so there's definitely some people sitting on a lot of pairs of these because there just isn't huge demand for them. But down the line, they could be maybe doing decent, because I don't think the Jordan 4 is just going to die out. Maybe it'll, you know, kind of phase out for a bit, and there'll be some other models that we'll be looking at for a year or two. But it'll eventually come back, like, if it falls off a bit. And, I mean, the fall off could be right now. I don't think that's the case, because I think Nike's kind of going to notice, hey, it's a popular model that we want to continue to sell. We got some hot colorways on the way with these and the 3s. Like, we got to chill on the stock a bit. So maybe Nike will be producing less. I don't think they really care, though, because they're still going to, you know, sell their stock. Like, these will eventually sell out on sneakers. I know they're sitting in all sizes at the moment, but that's one of the main things I want to say. Even though, again, the main reason Jordan 4s are down in price right now is because they've been making more of them. Past Jordan 4s go for more because they made less of them. That's all it is. Most of the time, price is determined by stock numbers. Like, a lot of people really didn't like the recent Artifact dunks, but there was only, what, 10,000, or sorry, I'm getting a random phone call. Yeah, it's just a spam call, but I mean, there was only 10,300 of them, I think, or 11,300 of them. So that's the reason that they flipped, is because they didn't make a lot of them. So that's why those are going for $400, $500, even though a lot of people, again, do not like them. I think those look better in hand. I actually am a fan, but it's stuff like that. Stock numbers will determine a lot, you know, to how a shoe is doing. And it's not always an indicator of how much people are liking a sneaker. Because if you go look for the total sales for the Breads, I mean, let's check this out. Are they popular? Yeah. 40,000 sales? Yeah. I mean, they're popular, right? I mean, let's check this out. Military Blues? How many sales? I mean, 31,000 in a month? You know what I mean? Like, that's how much the Gratitude's had in a month. You know what I mean? So it's like, these are popular. They're doing just fine. It's just Nike needs to make less if they want them to continue to resell. But Nike doesn't really care about the resale prices. One main factor I want to say. So I think there's a bit of risk in holding maybe some of these upcoming Jordan 4s if Nike continues to produce a lot of stock of them? Absolutely. I'd be careful with some of these ones coming up maybe if they make a lot of them. But I'll say this. Still great personals. Like, you're just going to be able to get cheaper prices. And they will eventually down the line age well. Like, a lot of these colorways you see going for super cheap right now. Like, people are giving away military blues and Breads. Crazy. 2 classic colorways. Like, I know I could buy 100 of each of those, right? Put them away for a couple years. And in a couple years, I'd be doing pretty good. I can say that for a fact. Because I know, A, those are not going to phase out. But B, even if the Jordan 4 phases out a bit, those are 2 classic colorways. I know people are going to be coming back and getting those just for nostalgia, or just to get them because they never had them back when they originally released. Or people that, again, are, you know, kind of new to the game. They're like, oh, wait, I really like this colorway, and it's only a couple years old, so I can still get them. You see that a lot, like with some of these more hyped Jordan 4 colorways, or ones that eventually become more hyped. Could see that with these maybe, but I think honestly, like these, I really like these ones right here. Obviously, the military blues. I mean, the sales are indicating these actually might be more popular. The prices don't indicate that, and obviously, y'all can argue down below. I'm not gonna do that, right? Like it's all personal preference at the end of the day. But I see these still, you know, aging well. It just, again, Nike made a lot of them, so of course the prices are lower. But if you want to average down right now, it's not a bad time. But I will say this also: be wary of these upcoming ones. Don't feel like you have to get them, right? Because there might be an opportunity where you can even get them at retail in a couple weeks if they, again, make a lot of them, which we'll make videos on that. Again, if we hear a lot of stock in the Paris Olympic Force, I'll let you guys know, like, yo, be wary. You may be able to get a deal in a couple weeks. But those are going to be popular. Like, you know, those are going to be more popular than, for example, the Oxidized greens were. So if they make as many of the Paris Olympics as they did of the Oxidized greens, right, and they drop like 77 can sneakers, I could actually see those doing well, because that's kind of like a reminder of like some old Jordan 4 stock almost, you know what I mean? So we'll see. I'm not saying that Nike will make less pairs, because I don't think they will. I mean, they see the money. They can continue to do it. They will sell. So yeah, that's all I can say. But it's mainly a long-term game with some of these fours right now. If you're looking for, holds that actually make you money, honestly, I think inventory turnover right now is key. Like making the quick flips right now is key. But you can obviously get some pairs to put away for a while. Like I got a bunch of military blues, breads, some Powerpuff SBs, J Balvin Rios that I'm just putting away for a couple years. You know what I mean? I'm not really stressing about selling them right now because I know down the line those would be grail pairs or like really good gifts, etc. So that's mainly how I'm thinking about a lot of my holds, and that's kind of how I'm thinking about the military blues and breads. It's a long game, and if you're not looking at it as that, then either get rid of them, or yeah, just tow your pair that you got. You know what I mean? Or just don't look to get any right now. There's better holds that are on the way, like some of these SBs, because SB is trending right now and is lower stock. I'm just saying, I see a lot of that aging better. We got Powerpuff SB starting to go up in price in some of those colorways, so. No shocker, within 6 months. So that's how a lot of these SBs will age, is within 6 months will start going up. But enough talking. I've said a lot of info right there, but hopefully helpful. That's my thoughts on the Jordan 4 right now. I don't think it's the end. I just think we're in a little bit of a slow period. But if Nike continues to produce way too many of them, where they end up sitting on a bunch of pairs and having to send them to outlets, that will be the end of it. But we have to see it. That'll end up being the case. If some of these lower tier colorways go to outlets, it's not like whatever, you know what I mean? Like there were some midnight navies at outlets, and those are doing just fine right now. So yeah, it depends. But again, if y'all want to check out my group down below, launching July 1st, you want to learn how to source sneakers, we might be doing like an early pair first week, but if you want to see some of the ones we're doing some Nina Chanel's at retail, we're giving away a free pair of Canary Yellows to someone that joins, doing some Powerpuff SBs, Paris Olympics at retail price. So you want to check that out? Feel free. That's really what I can say. And again, another thing I want to mention down below is my IGs. You want to check that out? Feel free as well. Again, this is where I buy, sell, trade. So feel free to hit me up if you want to do some business. And I think I already said subscribe and like in this outro. But if I didn't, there we go. And yeah, your boy is about to head to the post office probably. Got some stuff to mail. It's really the grind for today. We've been heading to the post office, mailing stuff out. And yeah, just getting this video posted. I'm a little bit tired right now if you cannot tell. But I'm filming this a little bit later than I usually would. It's 5 o'clock right now. Usually I film my videos in the morning. So that's one thing I will say. But I don't got too much more to mention. So I'm at my screen recording. Feel free to check out the YouTube memberships down below if you want to become part of the sneaker gang, get access to some of that stuff that I mentioned in the pinned comment right there, like stock numbers, exclusive like video content. Also, if you want to watch any of the live streams back, there you go. But that's what I can say. I'll catch you on the next one. I'm Tristan. Thank you guys. I now got to edit this, and yeah, UPS grind. We'll see y'all in the next one though. Peace. Sticks made a fucking hit.